Good morning, everyone, and welcome today to our speech. My name is Juliana, and I'll be talking about uh, suicide awareness among young people. And September is known as the Yellow September. It's a month dedicated to raise awareness of the suicide and for suicide prevention. And so my speech today gonna focus on the youth. And so let's go and start with our initial prayer. And if you want to sit comfortably, close your eyes, connect with the higher spirits, with the spirituality. Senhor, let's just thanks for the day that we have today, for another day that we have. Let's thank and be grateful for this chance to be once more again alive. I'd like to thank all the spirituality for being here with us today as well. And I'd like to send a very special prayers for the lives lost on the around the world, on the natural disasters in Libya, Morocco, south of Brazil, and other places. May our prayers reach them to give comfort to the families, to help them, the lost lives, be assisted by our spiritual friends. That's gonna take 1 minute in silence for so we can reflect upon. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, and the spirituality for being here today with us to help us on this speech. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for being here. And today I'm going to be talking about suicide awareness for the young, for the teenagers, more for the young people. It is a worry, but yeah, the suicide is the biggest killer of young people in UK and Republic of Ireland. I'm going to bring some statistics and we're going to talk about it is easy to know because being UK and Republic of Ireland and Ireland being a country, developed country where people they don't have and it's pretty safe as well, like from the disasters, the natural disasters as well. So it's easy to think to think why this is the biggest killer. But that doesn't mean it's we should not look at. It is important, and as a spiritist, we know the biggest challenge of this century, it's gonna be suicide. That's we have been advised by the spirituality to try and and help as much as we can, because this is going to be the biggest killer for the century. And so just bringing some statistics now. I took this from the National Self-Harm Registry in Ireland. I just took just a little bit, but that's the source. There is the PDF with all the information you can download from the Samaritans website, samaritans.org. By the way, the number for the Samaritans, they have a chat, online 24/7 chat, and they have a free number that you can call. That's 116-123 in Ireland. So they are the ones who look, I mean, the more known to look after the suicide. So the National Registry, they take in account all suicides that comes from self-harm, from overdose as well. So this is all considered as a suicide. Just for you to know, it's counted in this report from the 2020. It's counted from the coronary deaths that happens, and so the statistics, it was reported from 2020, but the statistics, it's a little bit behind, because when you have a death, and the coroner's office and all the court and everything, they have to investigate this. So this is a little bit delayed. So, but it is a statistic that it's presented, and this is one of the first things for us to be aware, that it is a reality. It happens. And the other thing as well, when reading the report, they said it's after the 2020, the COVID. Actually, there is no because reporting was much less, the way they reported, much less accounted for. That doesn't mean it's completely accurate, and there is no way to say that after 2020 it got worse, the suicide. There is no basis, no reporting that base that back up this thought that we probably most of us think that, I'm not saying it's not happening, but there's no accurate reporting on that one, because it's not possible for now. Maybe for later, but they reckon that this is up to 2022 accurate. So anyways, all the knowledge shown, it's gonna there is one thing that the rates are 200 per one in every 200 per 100,000, and one in every 500. So Mayo, the highest, this is the peak, is the highest. The highest rate of suicide in Mayo, it's between 25, 29, one in every two, 3 deaths. And female, it's between 15 and 19 years old, which is that what we gonna focus on, the youth, the very youth, the youngest, the teenagers. So in female, it's higher, than in male around that time, but males later on, male, it's higher. So this is only the peak. But you have the full report. They are very well, nice laid and easy to understand to get. So taking the statistics that we have, and even if it's the rate of self-harm it's recorded similar to 2019 as well. again, this is the statistics that it comes mainly from the register of death in Ireland. And the death involving suicide. I might change something here. Let me change it like this. No, too much. I'm gonna do like this and make myself disappear. So gonna just hear me. Suicide is a complex and rarely caused by one thing. It usually follows a combination of adverse childhood experiences, stressors in early life, and recent events. Research shows that bereavement, abuse, neglect, health harm, mental or physical ill health, and experience academic pressure are just some of the common risk factors for suicide among young people. So it is important for us to understand, the factors that lead to, so we can help. That's important. The statistics and the investigation that was around the death and everything. All this is data to help us understand. So, spiritually speaking, we have, oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's all here. It's all here. I had to change from key to PowerPoint, and then the type, it was just a little bit fuzzy, but I'm gonna read. I'm still here for you to see, but if I'm just gonna take this slide, the full slide, so we can you can see everything. So question 943 of the Spirit's book. Allan Kardec asked the spirituality, what causes the disaster for life that sometimes take hold of people without any discernible reason? So idleness, lack of conviction, and often satiety. When people use their abilities in the pursuit of some useful aim that is in line with their natural aptitudes, their work is not dull. Life passes quickly, and they are able to bear the reversals of life patiently and with resignation. They look forward to a more solid and lasting happiness in the future. So, what do we do? I'm just bringing this simple question. Now, this is part of the disasters in life, and then they talk about suicide. There is a few questions they ask, but idleness, lack of conviction, of satiety. There are just three things there. When we know the reasons for suicide, it's not one reason. You know, it's a series of events that culminate to the end. And if you think of it, we have our instinct, preservation of life, things that doesn't let us harm ourselves. So for our mind to bypass that, the reflections, everything, this is instinct. Our mind to bypass that instinct, it can be just one thing, one, oh, just because I'm really, we only see the tip of the iceberg. That's the thing. We only are able to recognize the tip of the iceberg. We are not able to recognize the rest, everything that came, and that it accumulates, and the snowball that is inside until to culminate the top, where actually the reason that happens. This is important. It's a point of awareness, especially for parents, for people who work with teenagers, to notice. It's not something that's gonna be, yeah, this person, it was happy, and then one day, no, not happy anymore, and that's it. No, it's gonna be a series of things. um, And of course, as I said, there is the idleness like conviction of the satiety. So this is just causes, but what actually trigger those causes that we don't see? The idleness, that we're not talking about laziness. We're not talking about not, we're talking about how hard it is to wake up in the morning and do the things, for the person who's in depression, for example. We're talking about this idleness, how hard it is to get day by day, you know. Lack of conviction, it's all the experience in life a person had, traumas and things that they since the childhood. We're not talking about, something that happens recently, you know. And as a spiritual being, we know it also that, as spiritists, we know that also things that happens in past life that we bring to us in our feelings, in our expressions, and we don't remember, but it is with us. So that's one of the things. And often society we talking more about how our society is too much materialistic. This is not good. Material things are only there for us to keep our body alive, or we need more than just look for satiety. We need more. We need more interaction. We need more connection uh, between people, not just material things. So explaining more or less it's always a complex way. We cannot, when we thinking about ourselves or someone else, you know this person may be uh, in depression or something, we have to stop judging. Say, oh, nothing, this has nothing to do, or nothing. We have to stop judging that thing. It is a lot more involved than we think. Again, we just see the tip of the iceberg. We don't see everything that's happening, the masks that the person has to put on, And now I worry much about, even my kids, they are teenagers now. No, so it is not something we can just say, oh yeah, because you don't want, because of this. No, no, it's not. We cannot, we have to be aware that this is there, it's happening, and it happens, and it will happen to someone that we know, that we are near, because it's gonna be increasingly more and more. This, let me, so I'm gonna go on this one first. So this is I took from the a book from Happy Life from Joanna De Angelis, psychographic by Divaldo. So one thing, it's important. Put your ideal above painful situations and move forward. Follow us. Under no circumstance will leave you alone. So it's really, I'm gonna go back. This is really important, put your ideal above your pain situation, because, you know, this is for us who wants to help or that it's passing, how we can help. When we put our ideal above painful situations, it helps us overcome the challenge on life. It's painful at the moment, but there is, I have this idea, I have this objective to go over this, to, so how can we help? Make yourself aware. Take every suicidal thought seriously. So make yourself aware. Yes, it's, acknowledging that this is happening with people, and with people that we least expect, because someone going through depression, they are not all the time sad or doesn't want to do this. They are trying to, they're trying hard, and mostly they have to put a mask whenever they go out to the door, you know, or step out the bedroom, and this is a painful mask, a mask that it doesn't help. It just make worse, and they look, I have to be happy there for everyone to see, and it just make worse. So if we make ourselves aware, not just for ourselves, but to help others, what is happening with me, really, look inside, what's happening with me, why I'm feeling like this, why do I have this necessity to show everyone that I'm happy. And I'm not saying it's not it's something bad, but we cannot force ourselves. It's not good to force ourselves on those things, we should not force to fit in some situations or thing like this, but society, the way it is, forces us, and we do. Going to work, we put our, not just our suit, but also our mask, going to work, that is something that became so natural to everyone, but this harms us. So when we make, when we are aware things that, the triggers, the thing that's around the world, you know make aware of this, it is something that happens to people, and I'm not saying I don't judge. I do judge all the time, I judge colleagues and everything. I just said, okay, now I should stop judging. I have to go back here and say, it is serious. It's something serious, you know and yeah, it's the first thing we said, oh, you have an easy life, you don't have much worries or anything. Although this could be true, it's not true for that person. And that's the point we have to say. It's not true for that person. It's not easy for that person. It's easy for us that sees only the tip of the iceberg. We don't see what's behind, what's under actually, and it is hard for that person. So we have to take seriously. So take every suicidal thought seriously. I remember and the was a cartoon, Fireman's Son, that my kids were watching, and was this kid who always getting the town trouble and everything, and the fireman's son helps at everything. So in this particular episode, it was they took the tale of Peter and the wolves. So Peter always said, "There's a wolf. The wolves are coming. The wolves are coming." And so this boy was always doing something to call the fireman because he loved the fireman. He wants you to see. And one of the times the fireman said, "Look, um, there's this story of this boy Peter," and then tells all the story. And then one time, and then he said, and one time the wolves really came. Peter told everyone, no one believed. So, and this became, and then he said, and what happens to Peter? We don't know, but no one believed him. And then he kind of, but so you're not gonna come if I call? That's the boy, asking. And the fireman said, we will always come. Every time we call, we will always come. This is the work of firemen. The firemen will get a call, they're gonna go there. They're not gonna take just, it could be, they're gonna think, oh, this is that kid that always calls the fireman. They always gonna go and call because in one time could be the truth that they're talking. That's what we have to take this mind of the fireman, of the rescue. We always have to take suicidal thoughts seriously. You know, um, it's really good to try talk, them about their pain they're going through without judging, because it seems it's small, sometimes we don't even understand the pain we're going through. We don't understand what things that we are going through. It seems again just the same as this one, but it's not, because this one was influenced by something that happens there and that happens behind there and in the past there, in a previous life that we don't remember. So we cannot judge. It's not, we should not judge. And I'm not saying I don't, because that's the thing, we're human beings, the first thing we judge. But when we see that we judge, you have to wait, no, this is not right. Let's gonna try, if you have this opening with a person, talk about the pain, and not one thing. Sometimes it's not offering solutions, it's just being there and listening. That's important, just listening, acknowledge that this is a real struggle, not say, no, this is not, you'll be okay. No, we need to acknowledge and see, it's like putting in their shoes. you know we can, offer professional help. Now, I last year was the third year for my son in the junior cycle, and I think was the first time he got a big struggle in his life, and he had a pretty nice life. I'm not saying like this doesn't mean he's all the time happy, but yeah, comparing with, again, we judging. But the traumas in childhood wasn't that big, a big of deal. They were, because parenthood is not something perfect, it's not Lego that every piece fits together. So, but I was really worried. There was a year that I became really, really worried with and it was hard for him to talk to, because he didn't even realize he was in this um symptoms of depression and stress, and the teacher saying, you have to do, you're not doing good, you're not going to be good to but when we realize, it was a kind of late to get to study and get everything. So, and what I did, I asked for help. And the Samaritans, there is many organizations, they actually have professional help. And I was going to to talk. I talked to my son, and I told, it's good for you to talk about what you're feeling now. I understand that mom and dad are not the person you're gonna call talk. Don't think that, oh my, it's a very big transformation. It's even physically, his body changing from a child to adult body, that's the teenagerhood. And it is a lot of changes. So much changes when you're a baby. You see, when baby grows really fast, every 3 months you're changing. You have to buy new clothes because they grow really fast. It's the same rate when they are teenagers. So it is everything together. Body changing, stress in school because of the exams and things like this. So all came, and it wasn't even realizing. So, but I tried to talk and get help and everything. In the end, we didn't need, but there is, it cost 5 years. I forgot the name of the charity, but there is so many charities that help. I didn't even need to spend lots of money in in professional help, which I would. At that time, I was ready to go everywhere, you know. But I need him to be able to want to talk. That's the thing, It's not about but there is help if you need, if we can ask. So we can offer professional help, and there is affordable. You can get this. And another thing as well, try to get them involved in helping others in activities as well. My my son's not a person who likes much sports, but he likes getting involved in helping people. So I tried to get him involved as well. It was really difficult. We passed this one. It's not over yet, because now it's starting the year again, and this is the year It's going to be 2 years of the senior years, which is going to live in search. So it's going to be, but that is the fact that we need a very, very, very big and important fact that we need to. We know there can be cycles. We know that this is just not once. It's gonna reoccur. It's gonna happen. It's gonna go in cycles. So if we are aware with the symptoms, without judging, like yes, I judge myself that has a very good life, very easy life compared with other kids around that didn't have, I mean, not even around here, in the world. But that doesn't mean I made this, I diminished this, I made this less important. No, it was a priority. It was very important for that moment because I was able to identify, and was easy things that you identify, the change of behavior. It's almost screaming at you, you know. You look, you be aware, and you act in the way you can. You offer help in the way you can. That's how the way it can happen. I'm not saying, oh, that's finished. No. I know that's gonna happen again and happen again. It could happen again, again, and again. And I have to be always aware. I don't need to be alert all the time, but it's good to be aware. And my son's not someone that talks a lot about what he's feeling. He talks about things, but not those things. And I think that's normal for teenagerhood. I don't remember talking about things I was going through in my teenagerhood with my parents. So it's not that I would expect, but you can observe, the behavior, the way the behavior it changes. It's a lot of change. But if we stop ourselves, we make our effort to be aware, to know where, to know how to help, offer help, professional. That's the thing we need as well, professional. That we cannot leave just, oh, I can do this. We can sort this at home, no one knowing. No, get out of the world. I need help because it's not, that there'll be times that it's only professional help. It's gonna help. And knowing that you are there, you are present. That's the most important thing as well. Anyway, so when you put your ideal above painful situations and moving forward, follow us. Under no circumstance will leave you alone. That's the important thing. We need to, you know, we should not leave anyone alone, and will not. God will not. The spiritual spirits, our guidance, our guiders, they're not going to leave us alone. You are sure that we involved you in peace and affection. If the circumstances are no less painful, it is because they are necessary, even so, without which you would not involve. So go ahead without strings behind your back, without stress for tomorrow, doing the best in every moment, which is the definer of your moral acts. So this is really important. It's a positive thing for us that are passing there. And as I said, we don't need to diminish or say, oh, this is nothing, but we can tell them, be a little bit patient. Perhaps try to get more resilience. I know that's, one of the things you're going to come out there strong. Yes, it will, but sometimes this is not the best thing to say when the person is down, because when you're down, deep down, it's really hard to see a way out. It's really hard to see, the light on the tunnel. Sometimes it's really hard to see. So, but if you can help them find, put the ideal above the painful situations, how this is gonna, if we are able to help them sing, making the person sing this will help them to actually not think in taking life, and maybe getting more help, or things that can help leave this thoughts, the suicidal thoughts, and try to go on another day, day by day, just like in when you're dealing with addiction, that's one day at a time. When you deal with that, the Alcoholics and Narcotics Anonymous, they have this. It's one day at a time. And if we can help them see this, that's going to go day by day. It is painful. It seems that you're not gonna find, but just give a little bit more time and you'll be able to find. Just at the moments, the turmoil, you know. So again, you are not alone. No one's alone. We can ask for help. And even not only you, or if you are the person experience this depression, this deep depression, having this suicide thoughts, yes, power, courage, and faith. Believe that there are gonna be better times. We are not constantly happy. That doesn't exist anywhere. I know social media uh, makes us think, oh, everyone's so happy. No, think about this. Social media is just one click that the person did at one moment. That image, the share, it took a fraction of second to be taken, and sometimes it's all the fraction of seconds that was happy, nothing else. So we should not, and this is not problem of the social media. It's problem for us human beings looking for all the time something to be like, to be aware, to be happy, 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 happy. No, no, no. We need our time to be sad, to be, to go, and then it's always in cycles. We we think, be happy when someone is sharing a moment, because in all her life, or in all the moments she passed in the moment, that fraction of second is actually the only fraction of second that this person was happy, and this person wanted to share. So be happy. Don't think that just because someone is it's posting a lot of thoughts, this person's forever happy, always happy. No, it's not. But it's it's actually a need to show, yeah, this moment I was happy. Look, I was happy. And it's okay. We don't need to think like, oh, you're sharing too much. No, it's not. You know, and that's the thing. We take one image and we think that this is for entire life. And you have to remember, it's only the fraction of a second that that photo was taken, you know, and it was a moment of happiness. It wasn't something happy all the time. So we should not aim to forever or ever or always happiness. This is it. It's not part of life. We are in a transition, with the planetary transition, but we still have a lot to work on. So a lot of pain, and we're not going to be good for us. So anyway, we are not alone in this world. That's not what we came here. We came here to live in society, community, society, family. We come in a family. So we are not alone. We have to ask help. Even if it's for help for me, help for someone, help for a friend of a friend of friend, we have to ask. We are not alone. So that's it. And that's my talk for today about suicide prevention. And the bibliography was a short one, so I took the National Self-Harm Registry Ireland, the annual report of 2020. I talk about the Spirit's book, just the first question. So if you want to go there and read the other questions, because one Allan Kardec he asks always, for a subject, he asks many questions, and he does the scientific research of asking the same thing in different way, so just to confirm the information, it's a scientific study. It's not much of a religious fiction. It is a scientific study. Anyway, it's the Spirit's book 4, chapter 1, Earthly Joys and Sorrow, Disaster for Life, Suicide. And I took this little part of Happy Life by Joanna de Angelis. De Angelis was the spirit, and Divaldo Franco was the medium, the psychographic. And so be it. So we have our activities. We have in-person meeting next Sunday. Our in-person meeting there is the pass and in-person meeting. So it starts 11:15, the pass, and not 12:15. 12 is starting the speech, and then after that we have a coffee, and our Facebook lives like today. So next Sunday is gonna be in person. The following it's gonna be Facebook Live. It's always alternating, and we are looking to get back the in-person meeting for every Sunday. So Facebook Live might not in the future not happen, and we have the talk show every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:15 through Facebook Live, and Facebook and YouTube, and study group every Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. via Zoom meeting. If you want to just send an email to spiritualismireland@gmail.com, and then we will send the Zoom meeting, the invitation, the link to join. So that's all. Thank you very much. And now just finish with our final prayer. If you'd like to sit comfortably and take a deep breath again. Let's gonna send some thoughts again to the people who lost their lives in the natural disasters we had around the world. Take this vibration to help the spirituality, assist them in the spiritual world so they can recover. We would like to send the prayers as well to the families they lost their loved ones. May Jesus be comfort. May God and Jesus comfort their hearts. I thank you everyone for being here today. And have a nice Sunday, nice day. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.